What kinds of food do you like to eat?
I enjoy a wide variety of foods, but I'm particularly fond of Italian cuisine. I love pasta dishes and authentic Neapolitan pizzas. I also have a sweet tooth, so I always look forward to having dessert after a meal.
Do you often eat out at restaurants?
Not very often, I'd say. I usually cook at home to save money and eat healthier. I do enjoy going out for a special occasion or to try a new place with friends, maybe once or twice a month.
What is a traditional food in your country?
A very traditional dish from my country is called masala dosa. It's a crispy, savory pancake made from a fermented batter of rice and lentils, typically served with a potato filling and a variety of chutneys. It's a very popular breakfast item.
Do you think it's important to eat healthy food?
Yes, I think it's extremely important. Eating healthy food provides the energy and nutrients our bodies need to function well. It not only helps to prevent illnesses, but also improves our mood and overall quality of life.
Did you ever learn how to cook?
Yes, I did. I learned the basics from my mother when I was a teenager. She taught me how to prepare a few simple, traditional meals. Now, I often experiment with new recipes that I find online. One memorable occasion when I tried a new food for the first time was during a trip to Thailand, specifically in the bustling city of Bangkok. I was exploring a vibrant night market filled with an incredible array of street food stalls, each emitting enticing aromas that filled the warm evening air. It was a truly immersive experience for the senses, with the sounds of sizzling woks and the chatter of vendors creating a lively atmosphere. The new food I decided to try was durian. It's famously known as the king of fruits in Southeast Asia, but also infamous for its incredibly strong and pungent smell. I had heard many stories about its unique aroma and taste, often described as a mix of cheese, onions, and sweet fruit, and I was both curious and a little apprehensive. The stall owner deftly cut open the thorny, green fruit, revealing large, pale yellow pods of creamy flesh. It looked quite exotic and surprisingly appealing once extracted from its spiky shell. My first feeling about it was a distinct sense of apprehension due to the smell, which was certainly potent and lingered in the air. However, I took a small bite, and to my surprise, the taste was complex and unlike anything I had ever experienced. It was rich, creamy, and intensely sweet, with subtle savory undertones. I felt a mix of relief that it wasn't as off-putting as its smell suggested, and genuine fascination with its unique flavor profile. It truly was an acquired taste, but one that grew on me with each subsequent bite. I decided to try this new food primarily out of curiosity and a desire for cultural immersion. When traveling, I believe it's essential to embrace local customs and experiences, and trying the national fruit was a perfect way to do that. The widespread discussion and divided opinions about durian only fueled my interest further. I wanted to form my own opinion rather than relying on others' descriptions, and it felt like a rite of passage for any adventurous foodie visiting Thailand. It was an unforgettable culinary adventure that truly broadened my palate and my understanding of the local culture.
How has globalization affected the food people eat today?
Globalization has had a profound impact on the food we eat, primarily by introducing a much wider variety of international cuisines and ingredients into local markets. Through global trade and migration, foods that were once regional specialties, like sushi from Japan or tacos from Mexico, have become commonplace in cities all over the world. This has led to a more diverse and exciting culinary landscape but it also has a downside. The increasing demand for year-round availability of certain foods means they are often imported from far away, which raises concerns about food miles and environmental sustainability. Additionally, the proliferation of fast food chains has led to a more homogenized diet, with standardized menus that can sometimes overshadow unique local food traditions, potentially leading to a loss of cultural identity in some communities.
Do you think people in your country have a healthy diet?
Generally speaking, I believe the healthiness of diets in my country is quite varied and depends largely on individual choices and lifestyle. On one hand, there is a strong cultural foundation of traditional cooking that emphasizes fresh, locally sourced ingredients, which can be very healthy. However, modern lifestyles, with their fast pace and convenience-driven habits, have led many people to rely on processed and packaged foods, which are often high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. The rise of fast food consumption is also a significant factor. While there is a growing awareness of healthy eating and a push toward organic and whole foods, this trend is often more accessible to those with higher incomes, creating a noticeable gap in dietary quality across different socioeconomic groups.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of eating fast food?
Eating fast food offers several distinct advantages, primarily its convenience and affordability. In a world where many people have busy schedules, the ability to get a quick, inexpensive meal on the go is a major draw. It saves time and energy that would otherwise be spent on cooking, making it a practical option for students and working professionals. However, the disadvantages are far more significant, especially in the long term. Fast food is typically high in calories, unhealthy fats, sugar, and sodium, while being low in essential nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Regular consumption can contribute to a range of serious health issues, including obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. From an environmental perspective, it also generates a substantial amount of waste through packaging, which is another notable drawback.
How can governments encourage people to eat more healthily?
Governments can employ a variety of strategies to promote healthier eating habits among the population. One effective method is through public health campaigns that educate people on the benefits of a balanced diet and the risks of unhealthy eating. These campaigns could be run through various media channels to reach a wide audience. Another approach is to implement policies that make healthy food more accessible and affordable, such as subsidizing fresh produce or imposing taxes on sugary drinks and processed junk food. Additionally, governments can regulate food advertising, particularly that which targets children, to reduce the promotion of unhealthy products. Creating and enforcing stricter nutritional standards for food served in schools and public institutions would also be a crucial step in fostering better habits from a young age.
What do you think about the trend of vegetarianism and veganism?
The growing trend of vegetarianism and veganism is a very interesting development that reflects changing attitudes towards health, ethics, and the environment. Many people choose to adopt these diets for personal health reasons, as plant-based diets are often linked to a lower risk of heart disease and other chronic conditions. For a significant number of individuals, the decision is driven by ethical concerns for animal welfare and a belief that it is wrong to cause harm to animals for food. From an environmental standpoint, these diets are often seen as more sustainable, as the livestock industry has a substantial impact on greenhouse gas emissions and land use. While some critics argue that these diets can be difficult to maintain and may require careful planning to ensure adequate nutrition, the trend as a whole represents a positive step towards more conscious and sustainable food choices.